What's up, Gemini? Welcome to your October 2021 general reading. This is going to be for your Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, but of course, it's not going to resonate with all of you guys, so definitely, check out your other placements for added messages. I'm excited to be talking to you guys today because this is a very social time for you guys. We are in Libra season, which is collectively about our relationships, right? So, of course, first our relationship to ourselves, but also our relationships, with the people that we have in our lives, to our work, to our vices, to whatever. Seventh house energy is all about that, and that's what Libra is connected to. For you guys, though, personally, because you're Gemini, this is all about your fifth house energy. So it's a very fun, creative, like romantic space to be in. Like, it's a good energy. Fifth house energy is fun. That's what's connected to Leo, right? So your fifth house is getting hit hard this month. I feel like you guys will be out, will be doing things, will be, you probably have a lot of things to do on your list for the month of October, which is really, really good for your social life. You've also got a full moon that's going to be coming up in Aries, which will be affecting your 11th house. Again, about your friends, your social efforts, your social life, your community, all of that, your goals. That's going to be hitting up too. So this should be a pretty fun month. We've got a month where things are going to start, I think, moving a little bit more in areas where you feel like you've been stuck or a little bit stagnant. Things should be picking up the pace this month, right? Because for the last couple months, we've had a few planets retrograde. We had Pluto retrograde, which goes direct on the 6th. We've had Saturn retrograde, which goes direct on the 11th, and we have Mercury and Jupiter retrograde, which go direct on the 18th. So you'll slowly start to see how things kind of open up this month. Also, Venus will be in Sagittarius starting on the 7th. I think that'll be kind of like a fun energy. And then we've got Mars moving into Scorpio on the 30th, which should also be easier. Mars right now is in Libra, which is pretty much at its detriment. Libra and Mars, it's like opposite energies, right? Because Mars is connected to the Aries. So it's not, it's not at its strongest there. And there may be moments where you feel like you want to fight a situation, but it's almost like that Venus energy takes the fight out of things. So for you guys, I think this will be a very good month, okay? You start out with, let's start here. You, as the unseen energy, you've got the Chariot card, which is really, really beautiful. This is about success. This is about movement, things going forward. The Chariot moves at a pretty good speed. This is connected to Cancer, so maybe some of you guys are connected to a Cancer sign. You've got the Queen of Cups underneath here, so definitely maybe a Cancer sign individual is important to you the month of October, but I see all around forward movement. So that's really, really good. And I want you to keep in mind, I want you to keep that in mind, especially those of you guys who may be feeling a little impatient. Now, Mercury is retrograde in Libra, which means that there might be a lot of emphasis on your relationships, right? And thinking, is this the relationship that I want? Is this, how I see it? Is, all that kind of stuff. Like Mercury comes into town and goes retrograde, and all of us like rethink, revisit, and revise certain things of the past. So that's happening. That could also mean that there's exes that coming about. That's just typical Mercury retrograde behavior. So just so you know. But you guys start out with 9 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles. I do love this. 9 of Cups is a great card, and it's actually been showing itself a lot this month. I think overall people are in a pretty good place, 9 of Cups is about being emotionally happy, independent of anything else or anybody else in your space, right? It's you being in a good place. You, also having the ability when 9 of Cups is around to kind of like get things to come to you a little bit faster and a little bit easier. I think there's a level of attraction that comes with that 9 of Cups that makes people want to be around you and work with you. And that's particularly good when we're talking about work in terms of that 7 of Pentacles. A lot of you guys are at this place where you are trying to move higher, whether it's in a job that you're already, currently in, whether it's just you know, getting your own things off the ground. There's a lot that's happening in terms of work for you. So making sure, especially those of you guys who maybe are trying to do your own creative things, be mindful of the money that you spend this month, right? I think when we are in the month and in the season of Libra, it's easy for a lot of us to want to spend and kind of be a little bit lavish because we've got that extra like Venus energy pulling on us. But be mindful of the coins, okay? Keep things to the chest. Also, just be mindful in general if there's certain moves that you guys are trying to make, maybe to just keep them to the people that you trust the most. I had to say this is someone else. I don't remember who. But it feels like, again, not because like there's a bunch of haters or anything, but just because when people can't always see our vision and they love us and they care about us and they worry about us, sometimes that energy can kind of like disrupt what you've already got in the mix, okay? But this is a really good time. I think you guys are moving forward. I think you're overall in a really good place. You know, Seven of Pentacles talks about consistency and staying persistent. So if anything else, like stay consistent on everything that you're doing, right? That's what's really important. And make sure that you're just keeping track of your money, being mindful of your spending, that kind of thing, not going too overboard. Now you've got the High Priestess, which, you know, is connected to water energy. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Again, it could be you've already got the Cancer key with the Chariot card. So maybe you guys are dealing with the water sign, but I think that a lot of you guys have been having this certain pull on you for something that's coming. I think I had this conversation with Libra, like just feeling like you're really on the cusp of something. And I think that that's great. I just want you to make sure that you aren't using that energy and becoming impatient with it. I think that there's a lot of blessings coming your way. 10 of Cups. Some of you guys might even, especially if you are been dating someone, maybe this is a time where things become more official. So let's say we're dating. Now we're like, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend, or this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend. Maybe you guys are moving into a different level, right? There's a lot of love to go around. There's a lot of romance to go around, a lot of good feelings to go around. I think that those of you guys who are in connections with people, I think you and your partner are in a really good place. I just want to make sure that you guys are loving and appreciating and staying in this present moment, because that's all that matters. Don't get impatient and want the next thing and want the next thing. Everything looks really, really good for you guys. There's even things being highlighted with family. We've got the 10 of Cups, and then next up here we've got the Page of Wands. Right? Pages are usually childlike energy, so it can be connected to kids, literally. But Page of Wands energy, there's a lot of good luck there. There's a lot of adventure and exploration that goes into Page of Wands. And then you've got the King of Wands, which is clarifying it. So a lot of fire here, a lot of action going forward. Again, with these planets going direct, things will start moving a lot. So where you've been stagnant, maybe where you've put things off, or you felt like certain projects or things weren't moving, expect that they'll start to like move at the end of this month, middle to end of this month. King of Wands energy is a dope energy because it stays connected to what's important to them, right? King of Wands stays connected to what they like. They stay in the groove of what they're passionate about, you know, and they're also fun people. They're spontaneous. They're, you know, King of Wands is usually very, very handsome energy. It's big dick energy. It's good energy. It's fun. So some of you guys, especially if you're single, maybe you might be meeting someone who exudes that energy, or maybe you're meeting like an Aries, a Sag, a Leo, or just someone with those King of Wands qualities. But overall, I feel like that's how you guys are feeling, especially in your work. I do feel like there's a chance for upgrades, improvements, not upgrades, improvements, raises, promotions, that type of thing. I just see you guys really taking charge of your life and feeling really good right now. These also fell out, so I want to acknowledge them. You've got the Chariot card again, so that's Cancer energy again. And then you got the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands brings some resistance to the equation just because it's usually a card that shows someone having to really stand up for themselves against other people, right? You've essentially got one person at the top of the mountain who's fighting off 6 different people, but that one person has the advantage. They're on top. So again, if you guys are in the position where you're like trying to go for something new in terms of work, I do see that it's favorable for you. You've got the upper hand and people are really looking at you. Oh yeah, lovers. Here's your card. Things are looking favorable for you. If there's new things that you're trying to involve yourself with, elevate in, things are looking really, really good. Now you've got a 3 of Cups here. Again, like I said, this will be a really social time for you guys this month. We are dealing with that 5th house and that 11th house for you. So expect to be busy, expect to be social, expect to be out there. I think there's a lot of things to celebrate, whether it's birthdays, you know, jobs, whatever. You guys have a lot of people around you this month that are going to be wanting your attention and wanting time with you. So that's something to be mindful of while you're out here. Yes, could be family, lots of family things going on. You've got 10 of Pentacles. This could even be a lot of work-related things. Some of you guys are going to the next level with work. I just want to say 10 of Pentacles is amazing because 10 of Pentacles really kind of is that card that makes you feel like you've got it all. It's talking about legacy. It's talking about having the money. It's talking about having good relationships, a good home, security, stable foundations. Like 10 of Pentacles is what everybody wants. And I think that you guys are getting closer and closer to that. There's something really beautiful about this. You're making really, really good connections. Here's that Page of Wands again. You got a lot of good luck coming towards you. This could even be about you guys if you're trying to move or get a home or anything like that. Something with, you know, let's say if you're trying to buy a home, you're meeting people who can point you in the right direction, that type of thing. Or there's just a lot of really good and important connections being made. So pay attention. And speaking of connections being made, we've got the Hierophant card, which does talk about connections in many ways, because this is very much about your tribe, very much about your community. Of course, it is also connected to spirituality. It's also connected to like mentorship. Maybe some of you guys, if you're at that next level, this might be a time for you to think about getting a life coach, someone to, you know, kind of coach you in the right direction with certain things. Because there's a lot of changes going on, but this also could mean, again, I think a lot of you guys are going to a higher level of commitment. You keep getting Chariot, you get the King of Cups. Like there's love and emotion here. If it's not a Cancer person, there's a lot of emotion to go around. Like the sign that's, I feel like, the most connected to emotion is Cancer. The sign that can manipulate emotion like no other is Cancer. Like the sign that has the strong hold on emotion, how you feel, Cancer. And you've got the King of Cups here, which is the master of their suit. So again, some of you guys might be dealing with a Cancer person, but this is beautiful. King of Cups is super emotionally intelligent. They're super kind, super patient. For you, I think there's someone who would bring a good balance. I know it's not typical for someone to say a Gemini and a Cancer go great together, but I think there's a lot that you can learn if that is what's going on. But I just feel like there's a lot of feelings happening this month. There's a lot of talks of elevating in some way, bringing things together, committing on a deeper level, which is cute. 8 of Pentacles and 2 of Swords. Definitely at a fork in the road. There's a decision to be made this month. You know, whenever we've got the 2 of Swords, that's like, do you want to go left or do you want to go right? Do you want the red pill or do you want the blue pill? 2 of Swords is at that decision-making time in which direction that you want to step into. Again, I think there's a lot going good in terms of finances, in terms of your work. I think you guys got a lot of good stuff off of that last full moon. That was hitting your 10th house in terms of your career and your public image. So that was really, really working for you. I think things are going steady in that way, which is great. I think this work of this month has a lot to do with making certain connections that are going to take you to the next level. And for some of you guys, elevating in your relationships, okay? So you've got do the work. It says, it is not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. So again, staying consistent. You got that 8 of Pentacles. You got the 7 of Pentacles. Hold on. You got the 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 8 and 10 of Pentacles. So there is elevation happening. There is money growing. There is good things happening in terms of your work right now, which is good. And then you've also got children. It says your love life is being affected by children. I mean, what can we say? We've got that Page of Wands that came out. Actually, twice we saw the Page of Wands. We've got the Chariot that came out twice, which Chariot is connected to Cancer, which is connected to 4th house, which is connected to home, which is connected to family, which is connected to mother. So, I don't know. It's up for you to make the connections, y'all. This is what I've got for you. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that it gave you perspective. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Gemini.